I I want to go back on stage. I need to know if I can. They need to know that I love them and I miss them.
Australian angel, Estati had sparked a secret that has she few people bitter knew, found family feud over his love. Million all his who life dollars devoted to her during his career touched millions of hearts with. But few people know that this partnership hides many interesting secrets. Have you ever wondered what makes the prayer so powerful? Let's explore the story behind this hit. Celine's final thoughts on Bocelli at 57. Celine Dion's point of view on her artistic partnerships at age 57 shows how certain musical connections shaped her remarkable career. Her recent interviews about Andrea Bocelli give us a glimpse into one of music's finest vocal duos, a bond that grew from mutual respect into deep friendship over 20 years. Dion speaks from the heart about her unique connection with Bocelli when she looks back at their musical experience together. There are some voices you work with, and then there are voices that change something fundamental within you, she explained during a retrospective interview. Andrea's voice belongs to the latter category. Their relationship grew beyond a professional partnership into what Dion calls a musical kinship. This special bond became clear when they reunited to perform the prayer remotely during the 2021 World Together at Home broadcast amid global lockdowns. Their performance struck a chord with viewers worldwide and proved their connection stayed strong despite time and distance. Dion believes her work with Bocelli taught her great lessons about being vulnerable while performing. When Andrea sings, there's this remarkable authenticity. He holds nothing back, she noted. That courage to be completely exposed through your voice is something I've tried to incorporate into my performances. Their friendship blossomed behind the scenes too. Dion shared that Bocelli would call her before big performances to encourage her, words that meant so much coming from someone she deeply admires. These thoughtful gestures highlight the genuine warmth between two artists who see something special in each other. Bocelli's influence on Dion's artistic growth goes beyond the prayer. His classical training and operatic style encouraged her to explore new aspects of her extraordinary vocal range. Watching Andrea move between musical worlds with such grace inspired me to redefine the limits of my abilities, Dion acknowledged. This broader musical outlook later shaped her work with other artists, especially Josh Groban. The connection between Dion and Groban might never have happened without Bocelli's absence from that crucial 1999 Grammy rehearsal. Josh Groban's first performance with Celine Dion became a legendary story in music circles, a lucky moment that launched Groban's career. Dion and Groban recorded their version of the prayer years after that first rehearsal, bringing the story full circle. Their voices created magic similar to what Dion found with Bocelli, though each partnership had its unique quality. The prayer lyrics performed by Celine Dion and Josh Groban carry the same spiritual weight, but with different emotional depth. Bocelli helped Dion embrace singing in multiple languages with more confidence. She had mostly recorded in English and French before they worked together. She approached different languages in music more confidently after seeing how Bocelli showed that emotion surpasses language barriers. Andrea taught me that technical perfection means nothing without heart, Dion reflected. This wisdom guided her mentoring of younger artists, including her early work with Josh Groban. The Celine Dion-Josh Groban story becomes an extension of what she learned through her collaboration with Bocelli. Dion's reflections at 57 show how artistic partnerships can shape both careers and personal growth. Celine Dion has never hidden her deep admiration for Andrea Bocelli throughout their decades of making music together. Their partnership is proof of how music connects people across languages and cultures. How does she show this? Not just in her actions, but also in her thoughts. Celine Dion's emotional reflections on Bocelli. Dion speaks with genuine reverence about Bocelli's qualities. "If God had a voice, it would be that of Andrea Bocelli," she said with deep conviction. This powerful statement shows how much she values his vocal gift. Dion consistently emphasizes Bocelli's resilience and determination. His life as a visually impaired artist who never let physical limitations hold him back strikes a chord with her. "What I admire in Andrea is not just his voice, which is extraordinary," she explains, "but his spirit, how he changes challenge into beauty." She values Bocelli's authentic performances. His approach to each song comes from emotional truth rather than technical display. This quality shaped how she performed the prayer in her career, including her later performances with Josh Groban. The Celine Dion-Josh Groban connection shows another side of what she loves about Bocelli, his support for new talent. Groban's unexpected appearance during that key 1999 rehearsal, now known as Celine Dion-Josh Groban's first time, led to the discovery of another remarkable voice. Certain performances with Bocelli remain etched in Dion's memory. Their 1999 Grammy Awards show created what she calls a sacred moment where time stood still. She often talks about how the audience fell completely silent during their performance, something rare at such events. The 2011 Central Park concert brought another magical moment. Even with 70,000 people watching, Dion felt like they were singing just to each other. "There was this incredible intimacy in the middle of this massive crowd," she says. "That's the magic Andrea creates." Their 2021 World Together at Home concert holds a special place in her heart. They performed separately yet together during a global crisis, which made the prayer lyrics more meaningful than ever. This moment connected back to the Celine Dion-Josh Groban rehearsal story, as both artists had now sung this song with Bocelli at crucial times in their careers. She talks about the silent understanding they share while performing. "There's something that happens when we sing together, a musical conversation that needs no words," she explains. This connection showed powerfully during their 2006 Winter Olympics performance in Turin, Italy, where millions watched worldwide. Watching Bocelli perform for Pope John Paul II at the Vatican moved her deeply, a performance she still describes with raw emotion. The Josh Groban-Celine Dion story comes full circle here, as Groban later performed at similar prestigious venues after his career-launching moment with Dion. Their artistic bond continues to inspire new singers. Their relationship shows how genuine respect between artists can raise music from simple entertainment to something much more meaningful. But do you know the story behind how they first connected? How did these two legendary voices come together and create a timeless piece? Let's explore their exciting journey in the next part. How Celine Dion and Andrea Bocelli first connected. Music history gave us an unexpected gift when Celine Dion and Andrea Bocelli's paths crossed. The story began in 1998 with two separate recordings for the animated film Quest for Camelot soundtrack. Dion recorded her version in English, while Bocelli sang in Italian. No one could have guessed these two vocal powerhouses would soon make musical history together. The real magic sparked when music producer David Foster had a brilliant idea. He decided to blend the two solo versions into a duet. Foster, who helped write the song, saw something special in bringing these distinct vocal styles together. The duet version hit the airwaves in 1999, just a year after the original recordings. The prayer captured hearts with its unique structure. The vocals moved back and forth between English and Italian, which let both artists shine. This clever arrangement brought out the best in Dion's powerful, emotional delivery and Bocelli's rich, operatic tenor. Their voices crossed language barriers and touched people worldwide. Their different backgrounds, Dion from pop music and Bocelli from classical opera, didn't matter. Their voices blended perfectly in what critics called a masterclass in vocal harmony. The song's spiritual message touched audiences everywhere, and it became more than just another movie soundtrack piece. The story took an interesting turn during the 1999 Grammy Awards preparations. Bocelli couldn't make a key rehearsal with Dion, and Foster needed someone fast. He called a 17-year-old Josh Groban and asked if he knew The Prayer. Groban later said, "And it was a day that changed my life." The young singer's powerful voice amazed everyone at that rehearsal, especially Celine Dion. This lucky break helped launch Groban's career. Years later, Dion shared this story with an audience. 10 years ago, I was performing at the Grammys, and David Foster was conducting the big orchestra, and we were about to perform a song with Andrea Bocelli, The Prayer, of course. And I was extremely happy and nervous, and we were all ready, waiting for Andrea Bocelli. And Andrea Bocelli could not make the rehearsal. Dion and Bocelli's professional partnership grew into a real friendship. Dion once said something remarkable: "If God had a voice, it would be that of Andrea Bocelli." This praise showed how much she admired her Italian colleague. Asked about this compliment, Bocelli responded with grace. "She's very kind and she's a friend of mine, so this is very exaggerated, but I'm happy because I know she loves my voice and appreciates my job. She knows very well how much I study and how many sacrifices I do. For this, I appreciate very much what she said." He added a thoughtful perspective. "It's difficult to say. All great voices are a gift of God, so everybody's voice is God's voice. All of these great voices have given all of humanity many great gifts at different points in time, so they all speak in the voice of God." Their artistic connection shone brightest on stage. A standout moment came during Bocelli's 2011 Central Park concert in New York, where Dion joined him to perform The Prayer. Their performance showed how their partnership had grown while keeping its emotional impact. Bocelli often reflects on working with artists from different musical styles, including Dion. When two voices, perhaps coming from different worlds of sound, interweave, something magical can occur. Harmonizing two voices is a challenge that can provide great surprises and sometimes turn into a fitting alchemy, he explained. This musical partnership created more than just a hit song. It built a lasting connection between two amazing artists at different career stages, touching audiences for decades to come. Every iconic song has a story. The Prayer shows how music can bring languages together and touch people's hearts across different cultures. Have you ever wondered what was so special about the process of creating The Prayer between Celine Dion and Andrea Bocelli? How did these two legendary artists combine their talents to create a work that not only touches the heart, but is also deeply spiritual? The making of The Prayer, a spiritual experience. The Prayer started in 1998 with 2 solo recordings for the animated film Quest for Camelot. Music experts David Foster, Carol Bayer-Sager, Alberto Testa, and Tony Rines created this masterpiece. The original plan had Celine Dion singing in English and Andrea Bocelli performing in Italian. The soundtrack piece grew into something much bigger. Both artists could show off their amazing vocal talents through the song's unique structure. The final version came out in March 1999. It brought both languages together in a beautiful musical conversation between two vocal giants. People loved the song right away. The Prayer got major awards, including a Golden Globe Award for Best Original Song. It also earned nominations for an Academy Award and a Grammy Award for Best Pop Collaboration with Vocals in 2000. Dion and Bocelli's live performances at these ceremonies made the duet unforgettable. The Prayer's lyrics carry deep spiritual meaning that struck a chord with both listeners and singers. The song is a heartfelt request for guidance, protection, and hope. English lyrics writer Carol Bayer-Sager shared her thoughts. "I think it embodies everything I looked for my whole life. Lead us to the place, guide us with your grace, to a place where we'll be safe." This message of finding safety and guidance is connected with Dion. The mix of languages adds something special. Lines like La luz chi tu dai, the light that you give, and El etna stella say, you are the eternal star, blend beautifully. They show how spiritual connections go beyond language barriers. The prayer stands as one of the most beautiful modern, non-religious prayers. The verses of the song are not only lyrics, but also a call for peace and guidance, inspiring the listener with hope for a better world. They reflect a plea for wisdom, especially in times of uncertainty when dispersion and hardship seem to prevail. At the same time, these words contain the hope for a world free of violence, where people can live in peace and love for one another. Finally, the prayer cannot be without the desire for justice to be done and for brotherhood to be strengthened, so that people can live together in love and justice. These themes match Dion's artistic style perfectly. She still feels connected to the song and has performed it as a virtual duet with Bocelli during her Taking Chances tour. David Foster played a crucial role in creating the prayer. He brought his skills as composer, arranger, and producer to highlight what made each vocalist special. The way he arranged their voices created something magical better than what either could do alone. The song holds a special place in Foster's heart. It's a song that I just never get tired of playing, I never get tired of hearing it, and I never get tired of people telling me that they enjoy it, he said. His emotional connection helped make the song authentic. Foster sees this song differently from his other work. It's the closest to a real classical piece that I'll ever write. This shows he understands how the song bridges pop and classical styles. His influence reached beyond the studio. In 1999, Andrea Bocelli couldn't make it to a Grammy rehearsal. Foster called 17-year-old Josh Groban to fill in a moment that helped launch Groban's career. This led to Dion and Groban recording their version of The Prayer about 10 years later. Foster turned a simple soundtrack piece into a timeless classic that still moves people decades later. What do you think about the process of creating The Prayer between Celine Dion and Andrea Bocelli? Was their collaboration a truly spiritual experience? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. We would love to hear from you. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more interesting updates. Thank you and see you in the next